So today on the travel segment, what are we talking about?
Where are we traveling to?
Well, we're talking about weddings, colorful traditional weddings, Africa's biggest celebrations. I'm particularly excited, as much as most people are, about the royal wedding. The whole world is preparing for the spectacle that the royal wedding is bound to be. Prince Harry and former American actress Meghan Markle will eventually be walking down the aisle at the St. George's Chapel in Windsor come Sunday morning, and the wedding bug has caught everyone. The story is not different in Africa. In every part of Africa, weddings are considered a big deal and a ripe collection of customs and tradition. Starting up with one of the most popular African wedding tradition is the knocking on the door. Since marriage in African culture is considered as an official joining of two families, a large emphasis is placed on getting the family permission and blessings before the wedding. In Ghana, for instance, the groom requests permission through the custom of knocking on the door, bearing gifts. He visits the potential in-laws accompanied by his own family. The libation ceremony is also there. This is done to honor their African ancestors. Palm wine, alcohol, holy water is poured onto the ground in each of the cardinal direction as prayers are recited to the ancestral spirit and names of those who recently passed away are called out. The origin of the libation in Africa are to be found in ancient Egypt well over 5,000 years ago. There's also the tasting of the four elements. In a ritual adopted by Yoruba tradition, the bride and groom taste four flavors which represent different emotions within the relationship. The four flavors typically used are sour, which is for lemon, bitter, which is for vinegar, the hot, which is for cayenne, and sweet for honey. By tasting each of these flavors, the couple symbolically demonstrate that they will be able to get through the hard times in life and in the end enjoy the sweetness of marriage. The kola nuts, very traditional in nature. Kola nuts are a very important part of African weddings. The nut, which is used for medicinal purposes in Africa, represents the couples and their families' willingness to always help heal each other. Well, aside from the food, drinks, and all the merriment that comes with the ceremony, the attire is a big deal for both families, especially for the bride. The traditional wedding attire makes the occasion outstanding. Most regions have their own specific fabrics that are unique and have traditional meaning attached. Let's begin with North Africa, Egypt. The Egyptian brides wear beautifully designed gowns accentuated with gold embroidery made with linen. The bust area of the dresses usually has an intricate gold detailing. In some part, the bride wears a matching headdress to cover her face. The wedding tradition of Egyptians forbid that the visitors see the bride's face. Going to Ethiopia, Eritrea, the traditional wedding attire for women in these regions where the Ebasha people are most prevalent is the Ebasha kemes. It is literally translated as Ethiopian dress. The dress itself is made out of cotton and is usually comes in light shades such as beige, gray, or white. The most important part of the Ebasha kemes is the beautiful embroidery along the neckline, the sleeve, the cuffs, and the bottom of the dress, not to forget the middle as well. In South Africa, the Zulu wedding is a complicated but beautiful one. The Mokoti bride in the wedding changes her attire 3 times to show her in-law that she is beautiful, and she can be beautiful in different dresses and colors. For the tradition, the Zulu wedding attire, a group of female decorates the bride with red, white, and ushered design of limb, the tie oxtail fringe over elbow and knees, goatskin hair fringe around the neck, and bag of pebbles around her ankles. The bride's look also consists of the isidwaba, the leather skin, and also the ishilu, a traditional art that signifies that the woman has already been taken. Moving on to West Africa, the list wouldn't be complete without the gorgeous traditional wedding dresses of the Yoruba people. The dress itself consists of buba blouse, the iro, the wrap floor length skirt, and the ipele, the sash, and of course the gele tie. It is made out of a traditional or ceremonial hand-woven dyed clothes called ashoke. The fabric and the colors of the wedding attires depend on the bride's preference and the wealth of her family. Yoruba weddings are beautiful affairs, and the colors chosen are always vivid, and the designs are very stylish. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's segment. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Would you consider wearing one of those traditional outfits, wedding outfits, or do you have ideas of some traditional bridal gown worth sharing? What are the countries you would like us to feature in next? Would like to hear from you on our social media platform at Africanews, or you can reach me directly on Twitter at Afolakeji.